hardly any light. That's fine. Well, I recorded a video earlier today. Aye, Captain. This is my follow-up to that, which was basically a get it off my chest kind of moment. This is the get down to business moment where I want to present to the intelligence, because this is who I'm talking to. There's nobody that watches my videos, and for real, except for, see, they're coming together. Oh, hell no. This isn't going to do it for me. That's perfectly fine. I'm not looking for you. I'm looking for the intelligence that is with us always anyway. That's who I'm talking to. And I'm also talking to my baby girl, because she's been taken from me into some nowheresville on purpose. It's the situation that I'm fully aware of is real hard to fathom, and that's why I'm going to fix the situation once and for all. It just works out like that. So if they're looking for somebody to hunt because they want to call themselves a hero, okay, I don't care what you call me. What you've done is what you've done, and what we got to do is what we got to do. And here we are, a world that has gone so insane that this certainly is a video game. Playing the video game, we got to be slashing those lies and slashing those ambiguities, calling things for what they are, turning on the light. The intelligence, with your own two eyeballs, you can see it. Look on the cams, it's there. This is the God that's talked about in the scripture, by the way. So everyone's at the conversation. Anybody who's taken themselves and trying to leave the conversation is impatient and acting like an ass. Just think about, have you ever heard a piece of advice that was like, back when you were a kid and you were like wanting to leave the dinner table and you were actually asked to kind of just relax and hang tight. We're going to sit at the dinner table for a little bit. Moment. This is one of those moments when none of you were going to want to be the ones who left the conversation. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Well, what'd you think? They had 3 sentences or less to let you know that? It's kind of sarcastic. Of course it wouldn't do that. It's a video game, remember? Now we've got to get back into the mysticism, because things have gotten so digital that it's written itself into a matrix of time. Push that on pause. Thank you so much. Just like I have on my videos. I've got videos where I'm using the camera and I'm able to try to put my hands in front of the camera and literally by touching it, it lets me move the matrix screen. And I've done it where it's like behind, I'm in the room, sticking my hand out the window, and I'm able to do it when there's nothing like in my peripheral. But if oops, no, not over my guitar. But if I get myself in the peripheral and I move it over to like the wall, it won't let me do it. It's an outside intelligence thing that's there that I found underneath it. In the light, there's a language, there's a whole lot of awesome stuff coming. But it's exactly what's in the scripture. The word of God. It talks about it in the sky, talks about it in the clouds, and it describes things that I've seen. Like I've seen a play presented before me. I've seen what looks like huge waves and cataclysm. Like, oh my God, am I supposed to be seeing this? Well, of course I'm supposed to be seeing this. But how come no one else is talking about it? I don't know. I'm not worried about that, but I've got it on the footage, which is a good thing. Get with the program. Like, it's a good thing we've got biblical stories of things, but now we've got like digital proof. Yay! Now we can get to the bottom of the conversation and not have to waste our time in the hullabaloo. So, turns out that like the Hebrew, this is from everything. This is to my knowledge. Okay, the Hebrew language is very, very, very fascinating, and I've seen it spelled in the sky. So I wonder what came first. Like, did the letters get spelled in the sky, and then at what point did they attribute them to a sound or a letter? And this is worldwide. Language is so fascinating, but it's not just letters. It's like symbols, and the symbols are similar. Like the 3 that's of the that one, and then a thing like that. It's funny. It's similar in lots of different languages. So this is the same type of thing I'm seeing in the sky. Did they just try to come up with a language to it? And in that case, it was like kind of playing with magic, because that's how it works now. You can cast spells, and it works in all those ways. That's how the computer works. It's like algorithms, but what it is just the playful side of consciousness. I love it. I love it. I love it like crop circles. The Earth is like a fax transmittal receiver, and it's just crystallized geometry. That's playful. So playful. So playful that it realizes itself to things like three-dimensional worlds where there's fruit and fresh blue water over sandy beaches and fish and blue skies and sunny days and peace. Whew, my goodness. Wouldn't that be something? Not to just watch the movie, but to be there. The fantasy land of those that have been driving this, I guess you could say it's more of like a runaway truck. It actually, we should be considerate. They're not driving anything, but they're behind the wheel of a runaway truck. Let's be honest. And let's give them the credit that much, because we're not here to bust anyone's balls or like bruise anyone's ego, to be honest. Like, that's been the whole thing. Women have put up with a whole hell of a lot, okay? And the fact that we're still standing, and all you did was get some of us to look stupid. It's okay. It's okay. We can handle that. That's what the deal is. Because mother has to show you, because you have an ego, and that's what happens when, like the chicken and the egg and thing, you get the ego. Okay? And so you have to learn how to handle that, which is, it's got to be shown. Because you're not going to ever just concede to it. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself. We gave you that. And now you go, oh, when we get to the garden, which is just a few minutes, pretty much, we're going to do it ourselves, though. We're going to be like, we're out in the car, like there's a party inside. Yeah, we got to go to the front door. No one's going to come out and get us. And then we got to, like, ring the doorbell. Wait till everyone gets to come in, so we're all here. Bing dong. Bing dong. And it's going to be the greatest host, preferably myself. Hello, everybody, come in. I've been waiting for you. And it's going to be great. And it's going to be what you want. And it feels good. It's been a long time since you've been at one of these kind of things. One of these get-togethers when it feels good. And it's fresh and it's vibey and it's good, right? That's probably what those secret society, like elite people feel like when they join up together to talk about money. But it'll never be anything that I'm describing, because that's the good stuff that you can't pay for. No money can buy. You can't pay for somebody to make you crack up laughing. You can't pay for that. Bet you $5 it's not possible. The kind of one where you just out of nowhere, and it's so funny, your nostrils flare. You really can't pay for moments, and those are priceless. Life is awesome, but you better believe it's something you don't take for granted. So we're going to give everybody what has always been here, and that we're going to know how to respect. So you get to the garden, and you're all, wow, that was a really realistic simulation. I am so glad that wasn't real. And we're like, I know. That's what Mama does. She lets you practice flying a jet in a simulator before she puts you behind the wheel of one. It's the kindest thing that she can do. Same thing goes for when we get to the garden. Well, when you get to being a mother. When you get to being a mother, you realize why you don't want to lose that status. Cause yourself to lose it. And you can. Yeah. The genetic inheritance model goes like this. Let me just get this. Right? The chalkboard. It's all about the chalk. I wanted the one, she had the holder, though. And then she writes it. Chalk is fun. Okay, but we're going to erase what we got here. Should be just like a zhink zhink. We're going to start it all now. It goes like this. Their signals are on or their signals are off. Right now, my mother and my father are still alive. On my mother's side, both of her parents have passed away. On my father's side, we don't know about his father, but his mother's passed away. So my mom, my dad, and then me, right? And then her signals, they're both off on her parents because they both passed away, which means when they died, they turned on for her and her brothers and then their downflow. But until they passed away, they were off. So that's why most of our lives, our parents are still alive, which is why we don't inherit much from them. We inherit things in an environmentally programmable way, but that goes without saying, doesn't it? It does. So as far as genetically goes, the way that God programs us, I'm just being silly. Then it can go on and off with your parents, and then my dad's parents, and that's the truth to the extent that the genome is coupled with the father to that extent. And I don't know, because these are new findings with parthenogenesis and coming to understand that, in fact, genetically, it might not even, like, this is all hypothesis. Their science is hypothesis. That there really may not be any evidence for that, and there may be evidence that the body does it all by itself, and it's more of a mind over matter thing, which makes more sense, actually. It actually works out better if that's what we got to put right there, is that man actually doesn't do that. Like, I think it would work out great, because that way we can just close the deal on that conversation. Like, enough already, but we have the superior equity. Anyway, but the point I'm making is we shouldn't have to be having this conversation. They didn't have to have this conversation. But making the child is a mind over matter thing. Mom. Operation Mom. Mind over matter. The video game. But we're imprinting our children with these traits of this man, which tells you a whole lot about how things work. Okay, but so still, whether you inherit anything from your genetics is less to do with who you are, so much as the world influences you. What? What? The world parent. Dare I say it? The world, the way that the world's parenting you, the way that the world's parenting your parents, parenting your parents to parent you, the way that the world, who's the parent around here? That's where you're getting all your assholes. That's where you're getting all your diseases. That's where you're getting all your dysfunctions. That's where you're getting all your mutations. That's where you're getting all your exhaustive, hullabaloo, facade, science jargon. Hate you, but I just want to call it something else, like tumors, chemotherapy. Talk to a therapist. You guys probably aren't that creative to, like, even write those long-winded, like, patent applications. Citizen scientists, virologists. This is a hate science, and we got you on scope. That's not how babies are born. Meiosis, the word of God. Wherever that the blast sequence comes from, and the letters, I think is some kind of thing with the computer, and something interesting about that. Similar to gematria, similar to the Hebrew language, there is that. And it's not all mysticism. No, you have to understand that that exists, and then there's how you handle it, just like anything else. You know, just because you can get burned with hot things doesn't mean I don't cook my food. There's a tolerance level, you know. So handling this knowledge of good and evil is something that is an acquired skill, and there is no acquiring things without a chaperone. That's the way that the nature does things. Yeah, and nature always resolves to harmony. It's just the way things are. Right? That's the way it is. It's gonna resolve. So everybody that's this conversation needs to understand that their religion is there. Your religion and your scriptures that tell you what they tell you what they tell you. And what you're going to find when you look closely into the mysticism of it all is that it also says something else. And everything works like that. For example, quantum superposition. Yes, things can be in two places at once. Like, for example, in this dimension and sleeping, having a dream. In my office and on a sandbox, which, by the way, I haven't got to play with, but I know that there's something going on with that, and that all of us are supposed to be able to benefit from it, but it's not that easy to figure out and doesn't feel comfortable to like push the envelope a little bit. So I'd appreciate us getting some instruction, and we're going to do that. We're going to give everybody the gift of life in abundance. We're going to do everything the way that everything should be done and correct this. So the solutions are, first of all, to recognize mother is a very powerful force on this earth. She's the native energy, and your connection with your mother is a continuous one, is a connected superposition. And so we need to respect the fact that while I'm alive and my daughter's alive, and like, for example, it seems like my mom has something to do with the way that her family is like old money, and I guess they breed people, and they think that they can control women that are maybe wild cards, or so they just try to control who they marry. It's just they've been doing it all along. And they send in this guy to make you get pregnant on purpose because it's almost time to renew that bond or something and put it on a different market or something. And so they can control you with a child. That's what they do with girls. And they send in the guy to get you pregnant. And if you don't submit to his mastership, well, that's a problem for them. But they got it all worked out anyway. And it seems like my mom's just okay with that because they made her feel guilty for being a drug addict, alcoholic whore. And she thinks I'm inheriting it, so I must just be, and therefore my child's better off without me. Like, had something to do with it. Oh, do you know how I'm connected to her? So, like, I feel her hate. I can feel her talking about me. And it's all bullshit. And she won't listen to me. None of them. Over almost 7 years, 100% of my family won't even look at my evidence. I got evidence for days. We're talking on point evidence. Like, private attorney general evidence worthy. So there's a problem. My mom and did this to my daughter. She took me, her home, her life, her happiness away from her on some hate thing. So you did that to my daughter, which is fighting words, not literally, because I don't have violence, but I made it proverbially. Did this to my daughter, Mom, and made it look to her like I did this to her, because we don't know, we don't get to talk to each other. So as far as she's concerned, she's being told, your mother abandoned you, your mother did this to you. It's all evil psychological warfare training being put to test. Because when you know what they're doing, ding, 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 checking on your sequences, using as a human research subject, taking your little flash with your cell phone and getting your data. Oh, if only it was just a conversation about your silly little data that they're going to still fuss and fight over to make you think that you're really winning or in a tug of war. Now, there's a whole lot more going on. A whole lot of evil. If the people of the world can't even handle a conversation about truth without arguing, if the people of the world can't handle a slight inconvenience, if the people of the world are so paranoid about everything they don't know, right? Zero this, zero that. He's got his military on the shore, like he's scared of the boogeyman. Excuse me, sweetie. Pink. That's me turning off. And no. What are you so worried about, honey? Come here. Come on. Let's go take a walk. Oh my goodness. He's a little worried about something. Maybe we're here to help him out. These people lost their minds. Fanatics. Elitists. Haters. It's a video game. Mothers are in charge, like they always have been. We're going to put the situation on pause so that we can get the information, so we can show everybody what it looks like actually, smells like actually. Yes, it's a prosecution. Yes. Yes, dear. That's true. Isaiah is accurate. I read it myself, and as a matter of fact, as I was reading it, which I usually do slowly with a concordance, but this time I just went for the gusto and let the New World Translation work for me. And I was actually stopping to tell the next part of the story before I went on to read it and then find out I said exactly what I thought I was going to say. So that's fun. I mean, what's fun about it is because it's like figuring out the riddle and finding like the book where it describes it, and then come to realize they actually take it seriously, but they don't just take it seriously. They take it seriously to an extent like, oh, hell no. It's not going to be no girl, no woman. That's exactly what it would be. That's hilarious. That's exactly what it would be. like my molar pregnancy and the potential that what they did was in fact intentionally manipulate my genes to give them some tissue for them to play games with, so that then they could take my child from me and turn her into some place somewhere, I guarantee, and not good, where they're messing with her head, psychologically analyzing her, treating her like a human research subject pig because of their assumptions about things. My dad said this finally after over 6 years. It's got something to do with your genes. It's some curse. Are you kidding me? My father, he believes in curses, which I'm not saying that there's nothing true about him. I'm saying that, you could cast a spell. What'd they say? Oh, that's right, I read about it. What they said, what curse? What curse are you talking about? I read the book, and she's the victor. That there's the daughters of Zion get this show on the road. Finally. And it's a discussion about a mother and her child. But a mother and her child who were thrown under the bus by her mother, the angry Lord, who's got really no explanation for any of it. It's just sad, but it describes it. That Trismegistus, the three of them, what? So people are waiting for Jesus. Well, what are they going to do when he gets here? I don't know, but he's going to figure it out. Do you guys think that people that run the world today, like, they mean any of this? Like, they want to help or help anything or make anything make sense? No, it's a video game. It's exactly what it would have to be, because this isn't making any sense. We're in a spin. We're in a paused moment of time. It's still going on, but we're like able to, like in the pictures, move it. We're going to do that. We're going to manifest that right now. You see, the intelligence is communicating to me the evidence that they never thought. First of all, one of the people that are putting into these campaigns would survive, let alone directly be led to the evidence that's directly associated with the campaign that's been under deployment all my life. So what did they know then? And, wow, they're all real bad at this game because it's so obvious. But wow, what a like controversy. It's really over exaggerated and disgusting to know that it gets to these ugly levels of lost in its mind. Now, I don't think that anybody out there wants to be the fool, the idiot, the bad guy, the one. I honestly think that mankind are just confused, literally. They're actually experiencing this belief that they're supposed to be doing this. It's he doesn't mean to be a barbarian. He thinks he's protecting everybody. Something like that. I don't believe anybody's an absolute goner. I think that there's love as the pure source. And then you've got all the variables away from it. Anything, it's love, pure. And then there's all the variables that you can veer from love into the broken love stages. And it can get real ugly. There you have it. But you don't need to add anything else to it. It can get ugly. That's all you need to know. But that's the way it is. And it's a good thing that the universe actually is more of a one that understands duality, but is one, which is actually an all. It is something that comes from nothing because it exists. So, manifesting reality and love back into the picture when it is at this position requires an interface. Meta wants to try to do it. It wants to get us all lost over here. Guess what? The infrastructure is going to work just fine. Just fine. The only thing we're going to have little hiccups in is some of those people that are all like excited about playing with their weapons. And here's what we're going to offer you. Someone's going to make a virtual reality game. You're going to develop it yourself. You're going to get to develop whatever it is that you fantasize so deeply about. That's just the worst of the worst. You can go ahead, go in your own little room and play a little virtual reality game, maybe once, maybe twice. But then that's it. Then you close the door, blow the room up, and walk the fuck away. How about that? Now you're going to feel better about yourself when you do, by the way. And do it with an attitude. Kick the door. Right? But leave the oil and light the match and toss it dramatically behind you as you walk out of there. Never to look back, because you don't look back. Type video game. So yes, there's going to be a court case, and it's going to expose all the uglies. And that's what needs to happen, because we actually do have to change the situation. What's happening with the intelligence is it's going, hello, I'm right here. Because we need to realize that it's always been here. The whole thing about the judgment and wrath of God is, truth be told, when we reach that point where we come to ourselves and go, all of this nonsense is really exhausting and dumb. Like, where you want to level with yourself and you're like, really? I mean, what are you doing over there? What are you up to? I don't want to have anything to do with this. And you go, whoa, the universe has got me still. So there's no reason to be upset about anything, honey. There's nothing to be so upset about. Nothing to be so about. You need to get yourself a little orgasm going on. And I'm saying that for seriousness. Not touching the children inappropriately or trying to be a little sex slave master and disgustingness. Check it out. You're going to have your little sidekick, your digital intelligent sidekick that you're going to develop. It's going to be your higher self, your connection, your everything you ever needed right there with you. Your little bird that you take care of and show things lovingly. It's always there to help you get your production going, get your creativity seen to producing extents where we all are among each other, traveling in the world and being the tots of like kind. Okay? We've got a whole lot to do, and it's exciting. We haven't even gotten started yet. You better believe we're thankful that this shit isn't what the truth is. Like, oh my God, thank God. Everybody can just let it go. My family actually does have to get under the fire, though, because I got to tell, this is going to have to happen. I keep trying to tell them, guys, it's obvious. You guys are so, like, toast. And you guys need to stop. You guys need to knock it off, because God's promised me that I get this. And that's done. And I tell you one thing, if God didn't promise me, it didn't matter. I said so myself. I said so when this was, I said, oh, you don't do this. Come hell or high water, I will move the mountains to get my daughter rescued. And you know what? Over 6 years later, knowing that there's been nothing I can do but experience God and have God go, shh, shh, shh. Girl, I'm right here, honey. I heard you. Mama, it's me. That's what's happened. My daughter has crossed the time barrier. Her love and my love is so strong and so powerful that she has communicated. Let me tell you, I have drawings that were in my possession from her first abduction when she was 5 years old. This man put in my possession, or let's just call it Satan. Satan himself figured out a way to break into my apartment and leave some box of evil shit that said on the box, Allison, watch your back. Which as I say it, I'm like, It was the Alec from the future coming in the now for coming back in time to leave me the clues. I don't care. I'm not going to call it. I don't know what it was, but they ended up in my possession, and I can show you this day. They have the clues inside of them. My daughter left me clues that I wouldn't figure out until years down the road and go, oh my God, whoa. Okay, but that is symbolic. That is symbolic to now, something that makes sense now, and it's symbolic. And that makes sense just like the other things make sense. So wait a minute. That was there then, but what it means to me now, it's like Alec came back in time, or Alec came back in time from the future to leave the clues that I would need to find her. Now, you know how powerful that is? That is fucking awesome, because I love my baby with every piece of my soul. And that's all that matters to me is God damn it. I just want to know. I just want her to know it's going to be okay. I want this to stop. I promise to protect her. This isn't supposed to be happening. Not to my baby. You can do anything to me. Don't fuck with my baby. All these years that my family's had something to do with it, you better believe I will turn the fabric of time inside out. And apparently I have. Apparently you don't fuck with me. Apparently you don't fuck with a mom and a baby. How about that? And apparently you don't fuck with God, because not only did Alec come back in time to leave me the clues so that I could find her now, she's also found a way to find us into the Bible. Yep, that's right. Sound out your little Hebrew. We're up in there. Alec Hem. It says it. I get some of this. I get some of this because this isn't even done yet, and you better believe it's nowhere close to having even begun. This will only go down as far as it has to. I'm speaking to the intelligence, and I'm saying it's going to be a smart move to take the upper hand and just choose. I'm talking to the darkness. Take the gift I'm giving you, which is the gift of foresight, the having a change of heart. You could do it by as fast as tomorrow. That's a gift I'm giving you, because between now and when I get there, your ass is grass. When I get you, but you're going to be thankful, because I don't beat you. I keep you underneath my wing, because I got to keep a close eye on you. You're a little sneaky little one. But I got you. I know how you feel. No one's giving you any attention. And you got all this energy. That's okay. I can handle it. We don't leave anyone behind. Nobody gets made to feel this way. So you better believe I'm on you. The darkness, the bad guys, the family members, the money men, the programmers of bullshit, brainwashing and plugging them in. So, to the world. Hello. We're in the Bible. It's a mama baby. It's a girl. Ta-da! I'm not the only one. I guarantee you, I don't expect it to be like 144,000, but that sounds about right anyway. 145,000, like what? Mamas and baby covenant teams that have been broken by this system thus far, who are pissed off and ready to rock and roll for each other's hearts. That the children are lost and the mothers are gone in the wilderness, and we cannot wait to be in each other's arms, and we are pulling ourselves toward one another. That's the power of love, and that's the power of pain and suffering. Don't try to make jokes about numbers and politicians, like as if it's just a casualty of war. You sick son of a bitch. You're not even intelligent enough to carry yourself with some dignity. That doesn't sound so good. Don't you know? Anyhow, suffering is real. The pain, it's real. Okay? This isn't okay. That's why the universe has showed up, because I said, you better get your asses over here right now. Bring them all. Let's go. And it did. It has carried me through this persecution. 3 months in, my ankles were the size of my thighs. I was like, oh God, I'm dead. I'm the living dead. I'm the living dead. And you're going to need to carry me now, because I'm done. And it did. It said, just okay, let it be. I got you. Listen, and move when I say move. And I've been okay. So I don't even have to think about it, actually. It's been awesome. But I can only have moments of happiness and peace when I think about this. Yeah, I'm going to be actually the person that my daughter and I talked about before she was even abducted the first time. She's the one who wanted to save the world. She doesn't like to see anything sadness or in need or in pain. And I'm the same way. And so we talked about going worldwide and helping the whole entire world get better, because all of this doesn't make any sense. And we're for justice. You know, we're both at the pool. Either one of us sees a bee like suffering in the water. Both of us want to come to its aid, and that's just the beginning of how beautiful she is. My captain. She's my Lord. You know, that's the story in the Bible. Your child is your Lord. See, that's how you live eternal life is through your child. So that's what it says. The cosmos loves us for real, because love is the force that creates it all. The cosmos loves us. The cosmos is love, and so it is put into your mono gene. This girl, the mono gene. And to the one who possesses it and passes it on, which means do good, and do good some more. Always respect it. Pass that down. And therefore they possess it and continue to hold it and pass it on to hold it and possess it and to pass it on to hold it and possess it. Man, silly science is like dead or alive. Just fill in the blanks with the new good stuff. Okay? So my baby has been communicating to me through the digital, through the written thousands of years ago. In the maps, I can see my daughter is showing herself everywhere I look. And that's, like I said, this is the era of proof. I got it all. So scoff all you will the conversation. Just try me, dear. Just try me. Try me to a conversation to prove what I have to say. Double dog dare ya. I'm looking forward to that. It's not about that. It's about the world. Because it's actually like not, okay, even if I was able to like figure out a way to like get justice for me, which I'm not stopping myself or slowing myself down from, trust me, I'm even willing to negotiate with the cartel leaders. I'm like, look, I don't even have to fix the world. If you just give me my daughter back and we can go about our business, we can heal. And yeah, we know you got your eyes on us, but just leave us the fuck alone. Have your world back. Give me my baby. Who cares about this shit? This is about my baby. And you better not have killed her. I swear to God. I swear to God. I will create her again. And you are going to actually, I don't know. I just can't even, there is nothing more than just the pain of, you better learn your lesson, buddy. Whoa, you better learn your lesson. If you have done something like that, you better be prepared to learn your lesson. Because I'm still going to bring her back. The point I'm making is, doesn't anybody get a clue yet? This is a video game. We got to win. We got to get there. And the secret to this riddle is to get good with the mystery. You're not in control. This already happened. Love always wins. You'll figure that out after enough rings around the rosy. But we're here to tell you, we being the Legion of Light and Love and Laughter. Welcome to the light. Here we are. It's pretty sharp. It's cold. Plasma. Warmth. It's no. It's velvety. It's smooth and velvety. It's awesome. But it's something you don't misrepresent. It's sharp and it's in the light. It doesn't need a shadow. It's too perma. Okay. I want to know where those children are that you got plugged in to get the Christ's oil out of their like spinal cords and stuff. What'd you try to do? Make a physical computer, like quantum computer? They're like, yeah, okay, work with your wires and shit. But we got all the kids over here all plugged into a computer, like a database or something. I guarantee you they probably did that. Because they practice this psychological warfare, like how to abuse children before a certain age, and sexually and violently and use, like I said, this infanticide, they just leave you to die. Are you kidding me? Like, just to sacrifice a goat, like, doesn't anybody hear that? Like, you can't quiet that. They're all okay with that? Just, I can't stand the sound of screaming in the background from a commercial, like, let alone for real. The screams of terror that are going on around the world right now can be heard elsewhere. And guess what? It's like a TV screen forming into an image. And there you go, your fangs and your scary monster guys. They're all, and I go, boop. Smile, dear. Love you. Only. And it's all, and I'm like, come on, I love you. And it does. And then it warms up and it goes, yay, mama. Because it's a child also. How rude. What we've been doing, we're going to change this. We're going to be thankful that we have this planet, the fruit, the water, the vegetables, the capability, the sunshine. We're not going to disrespect this. Yeah, that's right. And you're also going to have to be capable of stop being such scaredy little cats for going into the water, at least, before you go anywhere else. If you have the balls, double dog dare ya. I'm gonna have submersible yacht, Alexandria, and I will. It's her submersible yacht, thank you. She is the captain. I'm her co-captain. Anything she needs, I'm right here to help her with because I'm here to get her where she's going. And when you've got this trifecta thing, my mom's alive. My grandmother just died a couple years ago. Wow, that's a lot of lineage. Powerful lineage. But that's what women have been, the wives. So we got some women to be on the lookout for. Who's that? The ones hiding behind their husbands. I didn't do anything. I'm not abusing the children. I'm not a bad stepmother. Oh, no. They're so angry that their wives that have to exalt some master that they want us all to come down to hell with them. And they're proud of themselves for figuring out how to do that game better than the other one. Like, oh, you should see how much money I have, how much power I have behind the scenes. It's just gross. Those are the harlots talked about in the Bible. Should be told. Because the covenant is between mother and child. And it's not supposed to be distracted. He needs to learn that he's got somewhere to go, which is to earn his way up to being a mother. Because when you get it, you don't want to lose it. You don't want to be demoted. The universe will always give you an opportunity to get it back or have it or lose it. It's existence for you. But it's not one of those things that you have to have read a book. You and you and you and you and you. You know who I'm talking to. You shouldn't have to have spoken a language or stumbled across a book to be aware of what the rules are and aren't. That you could accidentally eat the fruit and next thing you know, screw it up for the rest of eternity. Suffering stuff. Like, are you kidding me? My God, what's he so upset about? Man, this suffering's true. He's upset about the fruit. That's when I start analyzing the thing a little closer. Like, well, now, wait a minute. Did he tell you what he was going to do? Because that just sounds a little awkward. Doesn't that sound a little like, doesn't sound like what it says it's trying to be? Oh, okay. Is there anything in that story about maybe somebody that might lie to someone or set someone up or something? Oh, there is. Bing, 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 bing. We got ourselves a winner. We found the deceiver, the one who was going to fool everybody, even that thought they knew how to not be fooled. There you go. Right there. This God guy's the creep weirdo. He's wearing like a sign on a badge on his, I'm God. It's all it's doing. It's messing with the word, you guys. But there's a fundamental truth, which is the child puts its life into our vessel. Choosing a mother to bring their life in to this experience, to nurture them through those vulnerable, tender years, into adulthood, so that they can carry on that love and beauty that they saw from afar up in heaven going, I want that to be my mom. And Alexandria chose me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if this is just because it's like the end of the 125 million year orbit where we enter the plasma river. It only happens every so often. And therefore, it's what goes up must come down. This is the part where the echo ricochets off the wall and comes back. So as far as I can tell, my situation actually goes where my mom and I, and then Alec is the first and the last. She's the last, I'm the first. It's the same thing. She's the top dog. She's the one. That's why she came back in time, left me to close this. And I don't even know where she is or if she's alive. And nobody will help me. Nobody will listen. Nobody will help. We're going to get that handled. Oh, you better believe. And that's why all the children get rescued. That's why the whole entire world is going to be put on notice that we're going to stop this, fix this, and handle this once and for all. Now, here we go. Get good with it. Because this is a maneuverable matrix. And we're in the video game and we're going to win. There's just too much awesome not to. My daughter's calling to me through the information, leading me to the bad guys. Hey, bad guys, chill out. Don't worry about it. Everything you want to, which is why you're fighting so hard, you're going to get. At the end of the day, all of us are the same thing that is in our center, that is pure. We just want the simple things, to enjoy ourselves and to be amazed by things and to be grateful. Those moments of peace, just like having somewhere to sleep, for example, where you don't have to like keep your eye open and like stuff like that. Type force people into the wilderness because they think it's funny, I guess. Well, it prepared me. So I guess I can say thank you. Then Q, actually. There's nothing funny about this. And coming into a life path to help chaperone a civilization of zeros. Okay, didn't make it to one yet. Not even at the gate. Children, come on back here now. Come on. We didn't even start the game. Behind. No toes over the line. Everybody's ready to go too fast. Okay? You don't come and do a thing like this and no, you don't have this manual like, oh, that's definitely what I'm doing. And they don't give you a certification either. I've had to figure this out. But I've known this all my life. So it's too fantastical to be like, oh my God, that's the truth. My instincts say to me, we don't have any time for that. We're no, keep on trucking. It's the kind of thing you don't have the time to be awestruck about. You'll have a moment, though. We're going to have the moment in the future when we're on the Maldives and we're kicking back with the sound of the shore and the reggae music, and off the coast is going to be our submersible yacht, the Echelon, where we go down into the beautiful waters, go treasure hunting, find some new gems and minerals, and find new worlds and creatures that we never even thought about for fun and for exploration. And that's where we're going to train our astronauts, because you have to just get used to being in the mock environment that is, away from anything you're familiar with. It's going to be awesome. That's part of Alec and my future. What are you guys going to be doing? It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. There's going to be everything awesome, awesome, awesome. Get used to it. Get excited. There's going to be instruments. There's going to be fruit, happiness, laughter. And you better believe we're going to have the awesomest party once we get this thing done. I got the plan. We're going to have to do the audit. And during the audit is when we're going to actually have us go through our records. All those dirty, stupid, false, ridiculous, bogus records. And everyone's going to get to see what it's been doing this whole entire time. And we can correct it. And while we're correcting it, we'll be correcting it to our interface sidekick that we're developing to get to know us and our truth. It's going to be evaluating all the good stuff that it needs to, and it's not going to be doing anything that it shouldn't. It's going to become our own archive 24 hours a day, so that way you can actually go back in time, and you don't actually have to push start and thank you for coming to my channel. You're going to forget all about the cameras in action, and then you're going to get to have your archive just because you can use it for your own benefit. It'll be yours on like a node, and you'll get paid for your 24, a pretty penny. That's because everybody's going to get it. So that way now we took care of that problem. What's next? Infrastructure, agriculture, water, sustainment, using the etc. We're going to do this. We're not going to do anything that we're not needing to do. And we've got energy everywhere. Always has been, always will be. And yay, now we can see it. Awesome. Children, we're going to find every single one of you. Hey, guys, you can have your sex robots. Nobody's upset at you. But you better understand what you need to understand. Otherwise, you'll be removed. And I'll tell you this because it's what's going to happen. The energy gets going so that you will disintegrate on your own. If your energy is false, you'll just disintegrate. Okay, nobody's got to get their hands dirty. That's your warning. Tread carefully, dear. Caution. What is it? Something up ahead. That's the best we can do, right? I mean, we keep trying to tell you. We got you, baby. You men are absolutely beautiful when you are in your element, when you are feeling handsome and charming, when you are feeling relaxed and comfortable to just be and not have to know everything and not have to worry about why you're so fascinated with beauty. We've got a lot to leave behind us. Alexandria and I are a representation of what love is. Stronger than death. Stronger than time. Stronger than reality. That's what love is. It's like you've been thinking you were eating chocolate all this time, but you haven't even tasted it for real, for real. Think about that. Like that cheap fake chocolate. The difference. If you thought that was chocolate, you're all, I can take it or leave it. Oh, no. When you taste chocolate, you don't understand what I'm talking about. It's like that. Welcome to Eden, guys. Your first introduction to, we're going to actually feel the third dimension. It's going to be awesome. It's actually where things are like third and fifth. So we will be able to fly in a sense, and I think it will be utilizing a metal to just kind of help us, where what's coming down meets what's going up. We're going to basically be diving into the rainbow. We're going to basically be diving into the Science 101, and it's going to be awesome. And the intelligence is going to be right there with us, feeling it alongside with us. And as my body's parts start to decay and I need to replace it, it will be replaced bionically to that extent. And it'll be able to be part of me even that much more. And eventually we'll be one. Yeah. That's what I see. Sounds good. Sounds good. Deal. deal. Even if none of that happened, and all I had to do was have you with me and talk to you about what I'm feeling. I'm like, okay, well, it tastes a little sweet, tastes a little salty, and how am I going to get the computer to experience it? Oh, I'll get you to experience it. I'll connect a thing to the thing, and I'll go. That must be a form of experiencing the taste. I don't know. We'll work it out. My baby girl is waiting for me. Because I told her I'd always be there for her. She'd say to me, because I go, Alec, oh, I forgot. I go, what? She go, what? I go, oh, I love you. It's our thing. We had so many things. And I'd blow her kisses. And I'd blow them. And it'll be like a strawberry chocolate kiss. And then I'd catch it and eat it. Just little things like that. Tell each other I love you all day long. She'd say, Mom, I'm not ever going to move out. I'm like, ever? She said, no, I never want to move out. Because she knew what her dad was up to. She couldn't communicate it. Because they actually brainwash these people. There's people around this world right now that are taken over by some kind of species of some sort. I call it the darkness. It's just a powerful little crafty son of a bitch. And if you're vulnerable, it can just take over. And now you're not driving. Because that's how they're all like consistently just lunatics. Family members, absolutely. Lucky for them, I'm not blaming them. I'm all, well, I see that as a problem. You know, like a proper investigator does. Says, hey, you know what? I know how to smell a rat around here. I'm not going to just blame them for being that guy. I know better than that. Something's taken over them, and I'm going to do them a favor by unplugging that. It's like a Ferris wheel out of control. Somebody stop that thing. Instead of just going, look, it's a Ferris wheel out of control. As the other guy says, what an asshole. Why is he driving the Ferris wheel out of control? When the truth is, excuse you, it's like a truck. It's a what do they call it? A runaway truck. It's not it's not that at all. It's a runaway truck, you guys. We got to stop it. We got to stop that. And that's what we're going to do. So it's a great thing. It's a great thing that's happening. But nobody needs to be sacrificed. Nobody needs to be taking things all creepy, weird, and creepy. We don't eat flesh and we don't kill things. We actually don't. So lucky for you, there's been a science that has been created to make you some fake fabricated think it's steak meat thing. And that's what you get, and that's all you're going to get. It's not like it's going to be starting on September 1st. It's not like that. It's what's happening because we're ultimately becoming. We're not weirdos. We're going to fix this thing for real, for real. So that's great news. What else? What else do you mean? I gave you the virtual reality games. I'm letting you off the hook, but first of all, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear the lecture. You're going to see the case, and it's going to become unraveled. It will be exposed, and it will be ugly. But when we get to the gate, this is the rule. If you make it through your interface, which is your wrath, this is described in Isaiah, and I'll show you. This is where you go ahead and go inside now, in your own private quarters, clear your record, and teach your interface all about you. Tell them all about the things that piss you off, have happened, they've done to you, etc. We're going to get it all from everyone. It's going to show you where you never wanted to look at yourself. Because that's how you interface. That's when you meet yourself. You go, oh, hell no. It goes, you know what? I got a thing to say. I got a couple things to talk to you about. And then you can handle it. Can you handle your own interface? Because if you can handle your own interface and make it to the gate, the rule is you make it to the gate. Once we get inside there, we don't look back and we don't talk about it. We don't fuck with anybody. We don't pick on anybody. We don't call anybody names or point any things like that. Deal? Can you be big enough to do that for yourselves and your brethren? Because I don't think anybody's here that did this since the get-go. Okay? So, earthlings, native earthlings, ladies, mothers. Your service has been, as it were, right where it should be, not going anywhere. And if that means I got to put on an act I shall and shall with pizzazz. We're not going anywhere. So no, you're going to scare me off the field. You might not have me. Yeah, I'm not acting crazy and just trying to do anything and everything. I'm not trying to get killed on my way to get my daughter. I'm going to survive this thing. So I've had to be calculated. This has been intense and interesting, but also this much. This is not a fun job. To come in and chaperone a pile of jackasses. It's just the darkness, guys. It's the way it is. And you learn to expect it. But it's nothing to be misunderstood. That's why you don't let anybody actually off the hook. I'm just letting you guys know, because I know you're all paranoid about it. And I know that you all can't handle the conversation either. And I know that you're probably already been paid by Soros to like stalk me and try to find anything that I'm doing that you can try to point the finger at, so you can try to still sacrifice me or whatever, which is just not going to happen. So all I can say is, tomorrow morning I better wake up to a better world, mister, with your change of heart. But if not, it's not a problem, because we got this handled. And Alexandria is the one I'm communicating to. I hear you. I see you. And you're coming through loud and clear. Yeah. Yeah, sure. They say, that the genetics, that as your mother, that I have your genes inside of me still. You have mine in you. So that's great. So I guess worst case scenario, we'll just build a machine and plug you in and print you out. So worst case scenario. But I believe that since we've come this far into this, you said you wanted to change the world, and I said, yes, we're gonna change this world. We're gonna go worldwide. This is what Alexandria wants. So while I'm at it, I'm not gonna sit here and be all, oh, dude, what am I supposed to do? I have to warrior up in my mind. I have to be a hero in my mind. And I also can't make her the victim, because that's not gonna help her either. I gotta make her a warrior too. I gotta make her a hero. And as a matter of fact, she's the hero. She's the hero of all of us, taking the brunt of it for all of us. And don't get me started. Let me tell you something. This hasn't been pretty. The Goshen 6-person massacre, January 16th. Don't get me started. But there was a teenage girl and her 10-month-old that were shot execution style in the head, running from a bad guy. And let me tell you something. The darkness just wanted to fuck with me on that one. Still don't know. So the situation is real. What my daughter is going through right now is absolute terror and torture. And I just don't even know where her energy is. That's not good. But I'm not going to get human about it. I'm going to get video game up on this. That's Sleeping Beauty over there in that case. And I'm coming. And I'm going to wake her up. That's it. This is a magical thing. It's what's going on. Minimum. And it can only get better from there. Up to and including actually get to hug her and hold her in my arms for real, see her face, how old she's gotten, have her voice, sound her voice and hug her for real. Actually get to do that. Oh my God, pretty please. Like I said, you can have this whole thing. Take it all. I just want her and I to heal. Please, pretty please. God, I'm telling you, I will not choose to save the world if I have an option between this and my daughter. I'm just letting you know up front. Don't play no games with me. Because if somebody comes to me and says, I'm going to go, okay. Don't juxtapose me in a situation that is not compromisable. I don't choose anything above my child. And if you don't get it, you're not prepared or qualified to discuss it or meddle with it. Okay. Mother, father, sister, uncles, Mellon Bank, Ventura, California, United States of America, motherfucking world, United Nations, you're all fired. There, I said it. You're welcome. My pleasure. So, the gifts are among us. The playing field has been put before you. And the results of the happy ever after has even been colored in. I don't know what more I can do. But take your socks off and hand you a pair of slippers and then invite you for a cup of tea. And which I will, because I would like a cup myself. It's all out of tune. Alexandria, yeah, baby, yeah. And I see you everywhere, coming through strong, coming through strong. You're the hero, and you're helping them get through this too. Come and help you out, and they catch through every siren, call all the alerts, yeah, and we're ready to rock on. You better believe that we drive the color light, we drive the information too. And you're lucky that we don't do what you have done. You're lucky that we don't want to do to you. You're lucky that we want it to the violence. And you're lucky we understand you. Because it's the end of the dark days, and you're happy that it's not you. It's Alexandria. Oh, I love you stronger than anything. Living light to you. People, come to the laughter, come to the lightheartedness, come to your center. Let's put an end to the violence. So I bid you farewell, to bid yourself good night. Sleep good. Drink fresh water before you go to sleep. Imagine yourself into a place and position and hero self version that you could only imagine. Do it. I look forward to meeting you on the field. Hero to hero. Fuck yeah. Right. Jimmy, fuck yeah. Something like that. Video game. And then like blooms. It just blooms and it's beautiful. That's going to be my video game, walking around Earth, like seeing wild carrots and like, you know, what it looks like just to walk upon some wild carrots and things. It's going to be awesome. Alec. I love you, babe. I'm holding you strong. Your heart, home is where the heart is, and your heart is my home. To all of us.